Hey everyone, this is a bit unconventional of a Living Lean 101 or Technique Tuesday. So I had a grocery shop today. I haven't done so in about, weeks because I had a setback, so I couldn't shop, barely ate, so now I'm ready to get back. So this is typically my Sunday routine. I don't spread all the food out, I just cook it all. But for our purposes, we did all of this so you can see what goes into a Sunday's worth of cooking. And it'll take, I'm hoping, usually takes about an hour and 15 minutes from now to cooking to cleanup. Done. With you and a partner. So, behind the camera, we have Alicia, so she's going to put that down later and come help me. But get your wife, get your husband, get your kid, teach them how to cook. Your kids need to learn how to cook, folks. All of this stuff, I know you want your kids to be healthy, this is going to do it. Stuff from a box or a can or a McDonald's ain't going to do it. So please take the time to teach yourself and then to teach your kids how to cook. It's going to serve them the best way when they're an adult. Okay, so let's get started. There's a ton of food out here. Let's start with the protein. Everyone says, oh, I need more protein, need more protein. That's not necessarily true. That's not the adage that I live by. Protein obviously is very important, but more, how do you know you need more? Who says you need more? You just need enough for your activity level. If you're a hardcore lifter, you're going to need more. If you're an exerciser where you just jog, you may not need as much, or you probably won't need as much. So play with that a little bit. So here we go. We have got the most delicious pork chops. You're going to say, holy crap, Mark, are you serious? Look at all that fat. Just don't eat it. Cut it off, give it to your dog day by day in increments. Don't give it all to your dog at once. But this is I think it's a lemon sage marinade. These pork chops, we live here in Chagrin Falls. I traveled to Solon to get these, which is just 3 miles down the road from the Butcher's Pantry. If you want the best pork chop you've ever had, go to the Butcher's Pantry. You don't even need to tell them that I sent you, okay? So, just put those on a pan, slow cook them. They're very thick, and they're going to be the best thing you've ever eaten. Chicken, of course, don't need to say much about chicken. Eggs. Eggs, what does that say? Yes, pasture raised. Folks, please make sure that you either A, find a farm near you, and I guarantee there is one, even if you're in a city, that raises their chickens outside. Please go talk to that person or hit them up from their website and say, can I buy eggs from you? They're going to cost just as much as the grocery store, probably not more. I pay less. I just bought these from the grocery store just to show you, but I get mine for $3 a dozen. These were probably $5 or $6 a dozen. I didn't even look. But we're lucky enough to get them cheap here from a woman who's got hundreds of chickens. So please make sure they are pasture, not pasteurized, because that's treated with something you don't want to eat after that. Nothing should be pasteurized that you take in, or very, very little. So get those pastured. Your chickens must be, just like you, to be healthy, outside, eating bugs and worms and grass, and getting sunlight and exercise. Just like you and I need to be healthy. So that's eggs. I've got a couple pounds of ground beef here that is grass-fed. Grass-fed beef is best. All the studies that scare you to make you not want to eat red meat, those studies are done with conventionally raised cows that literally stand in their own muck and filth up to their elbows and try to eat from that. And they're all standing just like this with no sunlight, exercise, or normal food, which is grass. Cows are not meant to eat one kernel of grain, ever. So, grass-fed. Next, we just had the butcher cut a couple, what were these?
Steak.
Porterhouse cuts, which are going to be delicious. Can't wait to eat those. 2 pounds of delicious bacon. And please, folks, again, don't be afraid of the fat. Obviously, too much is too much, but good fat from good meat, grass-fed, is going to be good for you. Just think, when you were cavemen, how did we survive to get here? We killed something and ate the fat first, because as we knew intuitively, it had more calories it had more fat, more calories per gram. So fat, 9 grams per calorie, protein and carb, 4 and 5, okay? So to survive, because we didn't eat 3 times a day, to survive we ate the fat. And guess what? All of those animals were grass-fed, birthed to death back then, without even thinking about it. And guys, if you are in tune with more protein, I know you might say, ew, at this. These are delicious. Just give it a try. If you don't like it, fine, throw them away. But sardines, these are just Crown Prince ones. I'm not touting their product. In water, this whole thing has 140 calories, so that's less than most of your food bars, your snack bars. 140 calories, 23 grams of protein in this little thing. 23 grams of protein with 0 fat. 0 fat. So, please try sardines. They are a fantastic snack or meal, and you can make it with something else. Okay? Oh, yes! These are some of my favorites. What we're going to do with these is just put them in a crock pot with some of the veggies you see here with the carrots, celery, and onions. Just simmer that overnight in the crock pot right over there. This is the first time I'm making the entire crock pot with oxtail. Fairly inexpensive. They used to be less expensive until everyone discovered how delicious these things are. They will melt in your mouth if you cook them overnight. So that with a bunch of veggies, fill it with water, turn it on, and you are done. That is the easiest meal out of anything we will make here. It takes about 5 minutes from start to finish. Okay. As far as dairy goes, this is just for my coffee, half and half. That's all I use it for. Don't be afraid of a little half and half. Come on, folks. Oh, I can't have, milk or whatever. If you can't tolerate it because of your gut, okay. But if you think this is going to add like 100,000 calories to your diet, come on, get over it. If you love cream in your coffee, just do it. It's organic. It's fine. Not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. Okay. I do want to just touch on yogurt. This isn't, I hate to say it's not the best product, but it's the best product you'll find if you're going to eat yogurt. This is 7 stars, okay? And what does that say? Right there. It says organic yogurt plain. Please, folks, it is still pasteurized. That's why I don't like to eat it that much. But if you are going to eat it, please get something like this that's just like this. It doesn't have to be this brand. There are others. But organic plain. It's full fat, by the way. I want you not to get no fat anything. From here on in, no fat anything. Okay? Do not ever buy no fat foods. Okay? You are just taking your food and making it less healthy for you. Okay? But flavor this yourself with this. Any one of these, even peanut butter. Banana and peanut butter mixed into yogurt. It's awesome. It's awesome for you, and it's an awesome snack for your kids. But the only knock I have on any dairy product, it is pasteurized. You can make it or maybe buy it some places that is not pasteurized, but that's hard to find. So we'll just stick with that. Moving on, cheese, same thing. Make it 100% grass-fed, okay? And make it also, what's the word I'm looking for?
Organic.
Oh, thank you, organic, but organic doesn't mean the same thing it used to mean even 10 years ago. So don't be fooled by the organic label on most things, because you could be fooled. But 100% grass-fed, raw, that's the word I'm looking for, raw cheese. Thank you. Moving on. Some of my favorites. You can put avocado in just about anything and eat it and make it taste better. Very, very good fats for you. Nuts. Boom, boom, boom. These are just raw. Please don't get cooked or roasted, salted nuts. These are just raw, what are those?
Almonds.
Almonds and cashews, okay? I opted, in my old age, I just can't buy this much almond butter for $18. So even this was over $9. This much over $9. It's just not made from organic almonds, and I have to suck that up. So I'll eat that. Okay, vegetables. All of these vegetables here are going to be cooked today. These little beauties will go into a dish that you'll see when we cook it, just a ground beef dish with tons of vegetables in it. So easy, and you'll see how much food it makes. It could serve you and your entire family at least twice, even if you have big eaters. Okay, celery, carrots, onions are going to go into the crock pot with the oxtail. Obviously, broccoli, one of my favorites. It takes 5 minutes at the most. We bought these tomatoes for a salad that we made at the Mustard Seed. It's just a grocery store. It's an organic grocery store. We were putting all this together, and I forgot the salad at the store. But make your own salad at the store. You don't have to make it here. It takes a long time, so if you want to save time, just put it together there. Yes, you're going to pay more for it, but if it's worth it to you, go ahead and do it. But it goes by weight. So these little babies are heavy, so I was kind of cheap and said I'll just buy these and put them in the salad, which we don't have to show you. Strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. In my opinion, these three are, everyone's going to know, but they're the staple, and I think they're three of the best berries we're going to find. Thin-skinned fruits. Bananas are not thin-skinned. They're going to have a bit more sugar, but if someone ever tells you not to eat a banana because it's bad for you, just laugh in their face and walk away. Now, all of your fruits can't come from bananas, but twice a week, 3 times a week, it's going to be fine. These little doggies are going to go in the oven for about an hour, then they're done. You'll see the sequence in which we cook. I look at this and say, what's going to take the longest? These take an hour. So I'm just going to put them in. As soon as I put them in my mind, they're done. I don't have to do anything to them. So those are done. I have pre-filled pans with water. They're not even hot yet. This is going to be the rice. This one's going to be the oats. And that one's going to be the broccoli. Easy peasy. Set those, simmer those for 45 minutes, not the broccoli, 45 minutes. Again, it's done. You've got 3 things cooking. Then you can go to the next thing that's not going to take so long, okay? When you cook a steak or anything on a pan, anything, here, coconut oil. But your coconut oil, in my opinion, must say, I've got to get far away, must say 100% unrefined, expeller pressed or cold pressed, same thing, organic, extra virgin coconut oil. If it doesn't say those things, I would look for another, okay? This is high quality coconut oil for high temperature cooking. I use it for low temperature cooking too, just because I know it's a good product and it's good for me. So please, please, please consider this. Do not cook on a pan with olive oil. That is a no-no. It is less stable at higher temperatures, so those molecules bust apart and they just become free radicals, so that's unhealthy for you. Lastly, a couple things. This is the best bar. They have different flavors, but this is the best bar that I have found. Right on the back here. Oh, can you read that? It says 100% raw if you cannot read it. 100% raw. Now, I think I might get in trouble if I say other names of other bars, but go find another bar. This one's pretty good too. RX bar. That one's pretty good. I just like these, they're a little softer. Go find another bar that you can pronounce every ingredient on. I don't think you'll be able to find one. This has real food for every ingredient. The last ingredient in this is lots of love, by the way. It literally says that. So, buy the organic food bar and you'll be better off. Just a couple condiments, cinnamon, love cinnamon, it's good for you. Cherries, just because I love them and they're good for you, but love them. Now, I would be lying if I said this is all I eat, because it's far from it. These little babies are my mainstay. I love peanut butter cups, so I'll snack on those, you know, daily. Okay, so all this is it. We're going to start cooking all of this food. I know that was a long video, so I apologize, but I hope you got good information on that. This is a bounty of food. Look at all the colors. Not one thing in here, well, other than these two things, which I said aren't the best anyway, comes from a box or a can. All comes from nature, grows on a tree, comes from an animal, whatever. Please, please, please make 80% of your food this way. If you live by the 80-20 rule, you don't have to think about anything else. You don't need to buy a diet book. You don't need to choose what diet you're going to do. 80-20. 80% this kind of food, 20% food that you can have fun with.
Your peanut butter cups.
Oh.
Your 20%.
20%, yeah. And I think 20% Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and these account for my 20%. But live by the 80-20 rule, guys. This does not have to be that hard. It is not that hard. The rules and principles of good food are so easy. Don't buy and cook from a can or a box, for the most part. This comes in a box or a plastic box. Fine. There are a few exceptions. You're going to know those, okay? So just live by that rule. If it grows on a tree or comes from an animal or the ground, boom, you should be good to go. There's one ingredient in this, it's broccoli. There's one ingredient in this, it's mushrooms. Most of these foods have one ingredient, actually all of them, except for these. Okay? That's all you need to know. Look at the ingredients. Intuitively, you're smart, you're going to know if you should eat it or not. If you don't know how to cook it, just look it up. It's very easy. You have your cell phone there, Google it. Okay? Now, the other 20% of mine, before I get started, I like to put my music on, because it is going to take over an hour. And I like to have one of these. So, we're going to get started. Can you come here? My clock says 2:06. Okay? Yes, we can change that and lie, but we won't. Okay? That's 2:06. An hour and 15 minutes from now, it'll be 3:21. Okay? 3:21. So, cheers to you. We'll be back. Please, please, please. This might be a couple videos week after week, but please come back and watch the next video, because this is the good stuff when we start to cook. Okay, here we go. Thank you.